I'm back at you. The Great Apostate. Things that only Jehovah's Witnesses think are normal. Part 2. There have been some doozies, haven't there? It's only when you write them all down and people add them that you go, oh yeah, I thought that too. And then you realise how fucked up you were. Because my kids don't think this at all. I said in my last video, I'm not plugging it, I'm just telling you because it interests me and it's in my head. But I'm busily writing a book about this whole subject, about my, being a child as a witness and then leaving at 25. And I wrote a chapter, well, 1,000 words of it, and I thought it was kind of funny. So my daughter's 9 now, and I let her read it, and it was sort of just about tolerable for her. So she read it, and afterwards, and she laughed. She thought those bits funny about it, and then she said to me, "Give it back," and she says, "That was really funny, Dad. Also, your life sucked." But all her life sucked. It really did. So let's see. We're going to move on with the next disastrous things that we thought were normal as kids. The last one I told you was learning worldly people are not friends, just associates, and thinking this when you're 9 years old. So that's true. Expecting your small children to sit for 2 hours with no form of entertainment twice a week and being made to feel terrible if they didn't. Now you see, you've said twice a week, but that's modern days. In my day, we had it tough. We had 3 meetings. One of them was slightly shorter. But even that was in a small group, so you had to be super attentive. No way. And that's where the beatings come in, though, because Jehovah's loving. He has a great arrangement for the children. He beats them. It's so true. So true. Okay, where's the next one? Brothers wearing white to their baptism. I didn't know that was a rule, was there? Did I get baptized in white? I think I did, but maybe it was my mum just left it out because I was so young. I was 10. And 32 years ago, I was baptized. Holy shit. But yeah, I remember the boys who did the baptisms had to wear white. That was always the case, so they could look more like holy, like John the Baptist. My dad worked at the Royal Doulton and would receive figurines as a present each Christmas from them. One year he received a flambe red dragon. The circuit overseer's face was a picture when he came to our house and saw that we had a fiery red dragon on the mantelpiece. Because that matters. It really does. Oh, dragons are bad. Dragons look like Satan. How do you know what Satan looks like, you dick? Oh, good lord. The world hates you because you're a witness, but in reality, they don't care. It's so true. That's so true. And my sister actually told me this one because she's out too. Well, hey, my whole family's out. And love to those who are not as lucky as I. And she said something about to me which I thought was a really good point because it's not in here, although it's not quite this topic. But she said that whenever she was a kid, she got really badly bullied, right? And she would go home, and my mum would say, "That's worldly people for you. That's worldly people for you." And so that was what we grew up to think. Worldly people were like that. You got bullied because you were a witness. Of course, it's bullshit. You got bullied because kids bully and kids are shit. And you just have to figure a way to get through it and cope. But the Jehovah's Witnesses pile on, this additional. They do it because they're bad. Because they're bad people. Worldly. No. Oh, that's horrible. Now, thinking it's okay for 4 grown men to sit in a room asking a 16-year-old girl disgustingly intimate and lewd questions about immoral acts that you have apparently sinned by doing. That is so true, but they don't do it because they like to hear it. They don't. It's not that they're disgusting perverts. Some of them are. Lots of them are. Most of them are. It's because they need to work it out in their Talmudic recipe of this one is a paddling, this one is a paddling and a spanking. Uh, this one is just a reproof. This one, oh, public reproof. Sorry. Disfellowshipping. And on it goes. There was a guy in my Kingdom Hall, and I won't tell you his name because I think he's still alive. He might sue me. But I know for a fact that one of the questions he always asked was there any seminal emission? How creepy is that? Okay, where are we now? Smurfs and My Little Ponies led to demon possession. Well, that's one from the last video, isn't it? Yes, Smurfs. Oh, they're so deadly. And My Little Ponies. There's rainbows and stuff come out of them. If I ever wanted to be friends with someone or liked them, I had to witness to them or have a Bible study in order for it to be acceptable. They all probably thought that I was pushy and a lunatic. That's a great way to make friends, isn't it? Absolutely. And I actually did a video yonks ago, and the guy said that what he used to do is just date girls and then tell people he was having a Bible study with them, which is very smart. Okay, the celebrating anything other than the Jesus death is wrong. That out of the billions and billions of people on earth, the only ones who will survive Armageddon are Jehovah's Witnesses. That only 144,000 people will go to heaven, and that we will see tons of people resurrected here on earth. That we will live forever on earth, many of those never having to die. That having 7 people dictate what is appropriate behaviour in the bedroom for married couples is perfectly normal. The bullshit goes on and on. It is so true. Your child comes after God and will shun and even allow them to die. That's true. Of course, if your child does not come before God, your child comes before the Jehovah's Witnesses. Okay? Because then they'll tell you afterwards, oh, you were so loyal to Jehovah. But what they really mean is, you're so loyal to us, but we make mistakes and, oops, kid's dead. Moving on, you can have another one in paradise. Or maybe not. We're not sure. No worldly music. My mom found once that I had 2 cassette tapes. Yes, I am old. Cher and Madonna. I'm old too, I had cassettes. So she pulled the tape out and said I was listening to disgusting music and Jehovah was watching me. See, do you remember when mixtapes were out, or when tapes were out and you used to make mixtapes for girls you like? I used to do... okay, where are we? Expecting persecution and it being a badge of honour because the world hates you. I remember that too. If a woman is raped, it's all her fault. Why am I laughing? Why am I laughing? That's so true. See, you know what? If those women who marched in Washington against Donald Trump, they should have just marched to the Watchtower headquarters. Okay, because there's a much greater offender against women. There's 7 of them sitting in a big air-conditioned room somewhere, thinking how best they can screw over women. Where are we next? Allowing a loved one, even a child, to die, rather than accept blood transfusions. Exactly. Reading the Bible stories like Noah's Ark to small children and pointing out the illustration of people clawing at rocks. Oh, I want to live. To keep from drowning and women holding their babies drowning with the ark in the background. That's true. I've done a bunch of videos about those. And what can you say? What can you say? Making your child feel guilty if they pursue higher education. Never saying bless you, no matter how many times someone sneezes. Believing that if there is a cross or other religious symbol in your house, you're probably going to have demons move in with you. That's right, because the demons, you don't know how bad Satan's world is. The demons are everywhere. They're coming in at you, even on YouTube channels. Maybe sometimes, I don't know. Ignoring that it's your kid's birthday. That sounds so sad, doesn't it? I remember when I was 10, and I said to my mum, Mum, I'm double digits now. And she was making dinner. So I'm not slagging your mum if you watch this. But she was preoccupied. And it was like, yeah, you are. Okay, that's my birthday. Whoop. I'm 10. Okay. My first birthday was 30... No, my first birthday was 27, I think. 25, or 20, around that age anyway. And it was my lovely wife did it for me. It was 30. It was 30. My lovely wife did it for me. And I'm now 12. So there you go. My oldest was getting close to 19 and her ex-mother-in-law tried marrying her off to every guy she met. Even offered money to get her married. Oh, that is appalling. Grooming your daughter to feel lucky when she is chosen by some nerdy janitor with no life ambition. Well, feeling a bit sad now. Thinking it's great when a gay man marries a lesbian woman so your God isn't offended. When the hell did... Oh, okay. I did know a couple of gay women who were looking around for husbands. That made me feel sad. Never saving or planning for a future because you believe there's no future to plan for. That's true. Why would you need a pension? You don't need a pension. The end is coming. Take my advice, kids. I was told that when I had hair. I also have a bruise because my son opened the door on my head. Oh my goodness. And here's the comment from Eric. Looks like the kind of thing you could put together for a laugh on YouTube. Here's somebody who says, being 100 years old and never experiencing a kiss. Oh my goodness. But you're technologically savvy anyway if you're on Facebook. Celebrate no holidays of any kind except for Passover. Here's working for a low-paying job, hating life because we have to make time for the field service. That one never goes away. Unless you're lucky. That's it. I'm done. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for giving me this fodder. Hope you have a great evening. And that's me out from The Great Apostate. Thank you very much.